Hi, what's your question?
What do you, I have two questions.
Okay.
What do you do outside of like voice acting and recording? And who's your favorite character that you've done?
Okay. What do I do outside of voice acting? Well, you know what? I do a lot of stuff. I work in music. I do some graphic design work. The Star Trek thing is taking up a ton of time. You can't even imagine. I'm kind of in charge of it, so I end up having hundreds and hundreds of decisions to make about scripts and sets and lighting and costumes and editing and mixing and equipment and casting and credits and releases and advertisements and interviews. It's really, sometimes it's very overwhelming. So I keep very, very busy. My favorite character that I ever played was this guy who got orgasms picking his nose. No. Actually, for the longest time, I refused to answer that question. Because I know that when a fan asks you that question, chances are they have a character in mind that they're hoping you're going to say. Right? If I go up to a guy dressed as Goku, and he says to me, "What's your favorite character?" I'm betting he's going to want me to say Broly from Dragon Ball Z, right? If I went up to this cute little girl over here dressed as Ed, and she says to me, "What's your favorite character?" Chances are, maybe not, but chances are, she would love for me to say Edward Elric, right? If I go up to this girl, and she says to me, "What's your favorite character you've ever played?" If I said Grease from Italia, she probably would love that, right? So I often never answered the question because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want them to go, "Stupid thing. I wanted him to say Grease." So for the longest time I wouldn't answer. And then something very emotional took place. I finished the last episode of Brotherhood. And I can still see it like it was yesterday. As I was standing in the booth, getting ready to record the last line of the last episode that I probably would ever do as Edward Elric, I thought, this is it. It's going to be done now. And I started tearing up, and I thought, I can't believe this is actually the last line I'll ever probably record as Ed. After having done it for how long, right? The first series, OVAs, video games, the movie, then Brotherhood, OVA, the movie. I played Ed longer than any other character. And that was when I basically had to acknowledge that Ed's probably the greatest character I ever could have had the chance to play. He's a great character, period, right? I mean, you know, you could spend your entire career as a voice actor and never get the chance to play a character as cool as Ed. He was just a really great character. He was tragic, he was flawed, but he was heroic. By the time you show up, he was tragic and flawed, but he was heroic and brave. But he was all these different things. He was weak, and he was foolish sometimes, but other times he was, you know what I mean? He did the right thing. What a great character. So from here on, from that point on, when anyone asks me that question, I have to say, Ed's my favorite character that I've ever played. However, there is a very close second place, and it's Tom McKee. I mean, they're really close, because I love these Tom McKee.